The Gram Panchayat will meet twice or thrice in a year, and in that meeting they'll discuss what are the works that Gram Panchayat had done, how much budget they spent for those works. That will be all the records will be placed in front of the Gram Sabha members. The Gram Sabha members will discuss that one, and they'll give approval if it is correct. Otherwise, they'll review, they'll inform, they'll check them they'll inform the Gram Panchayat to work properly. Moreover, what are the remaining works which are there in that village, that also they'll brought into the notice of the Gram Panchayat. Next, the Gram Panchayat will give approval to the budget and they'll review the work of the Gram Panchayats. Gram Sabha, under the supervision of Gram Sabha only Gram Panchayat will work. And Gram Sabha means it is a general body. All the voters of the village are the members of Gram Sabha. The Gram Sabha meet twice or thrice in a year. They'll give the approval to the Gram Panchayat budget in that meeting. They'll review the works of the Gram Panchayat. They'll see the performance of the Gram Panchayat. They'll bring all the problems in the Gram Panchayat. I can say Gram Panchayat is more powerful than Gram Sabha. Next, in the Gram Sabha, who will attend? All the voters of the village will attend there. Plus Gram Sabha elected members also will attend there. The local, the village, wherever the village falls, that constituency MLA will also attend there and MP also attend there. Next, and some government officers also will attend there in the meeting. Next, the local government structure goes up to the district level. I told you, from village panchayat, then mandal parishad, then at Jilla level, district level, Jilla panchayat. So the local government institutions go like this. So the local government structure goes up to the district level. Now, a few Gram Panchayats, 5 or 10 or 15 or 5, 6, 7, 8, together Gram Panchayats will form a Mandal Parishad. What is a Mandal Parishad? A group of Gram Panchayats. A group of Gram Panchayats together will form a Mandal Parishad. Okay. So what is it? A few Gram Panchayats are grouped together to form what is usually called Panchayat Samiti or Mandal Parishad. We can call Panchayat Samiti also. We can call Panchayat Samiti or Mandal Parishad. Okay. Or we can say block. Or we can say Mandal. Panchayat Samiti also we can call. Block also we can call. Or Mandal also we can call. So what is Mandal? A group of Gram Panchayats. What is Panchayat Samiti? A group of Gram Panchayats. What is a block? A group of Gram Panchayats. Okay. Now, the members of this representative body, the Mandal Parishad or block or Panchayat Samiti, the members of this, the representatives of this body, this Mandal Parishad or block or Panchayat Samiti are elected by all the Panchayat members in the area. So all the 700 Panchayats or 600 Panchayats, those members, all Sarpanches, all ward members, they will elect the Mandal Parishad members. Okay, they will elect the Mandal Parishad. Suppose 8 villages are there, 8 Sarpanches, and each village there are 5 ward members are there. 8 5 is 40, 40 plus 8, 48. These 48 members will elect the Mandal Parishad or Panchayat Samiti or block members. Next, all the Panchayat Samitis, now all Panchayat Samitis or Mandals in the district, in a district, all the Mandal Parishads or Panchayat Samitis or blocks in the district, they will together constitute a Jilla Panchayat. Several Panchayat Samitis, several Mandal Parishads, several blocks together will form a Jilla Panchayat. Most members of the Jilla Panchayat are elected. Most members of the Jilla Panchayat are elected. The most of the Jilla Panchayat members are elected. Members of the Lok Sabha in the district and members of the parliament, Lok Sabha or MLAs. Members of Lok Sabha means MPs. Members of Lok Sabha means here MPs. And members of Legislative Assembly means MLAs. They are also the members of Jilla Panchayat. They are also the members of Jilla Panchayat. They will attend the meetings. And some other officials like collector, he will also attend as an ex officio. Ex officio means what? He will attend the meeting, but he will not have right to vote. Okay. So I repeat, all the members of Jilla Panchayat are mostly elected. Okay. Members of Lok Sabha and MLAs of the district, of that district, and some other officials of other district level, bodies are also its members. Now, Jila Panchayat chairman. So, Jila Panchayat headed by what? Chairman. A Jila Panchayat is headed by whom? Chairman. A Jila Panchayat is headed by chairman. He is the political head of the Jila Panchayat. So, chairman is the head of Jila Panchayat. He is the political head of the Jila Panchayat. Next. Similarly to the local self-government institutions, we have urban self-government institutions. I told you urban means what? Village level, town level and city level. In town level, you are having municipalities, and in city level, you are having municipal corporations. In urban level, there are two bodies are there. One is at municipalities at town level and municipal corporations at city level. Now, similarly, local self bodies exist in urban areas as well. Municipalities are set up in the towns. Big cities are constituted into municipal corporations. Both municipalities and municipal corporations are controlled by the elected bodies. Similarly, same. The entire town will be divided into number of wards. From each ward, one member will be elected. Okay, and there will be one chairman. Just like Sarpanch or president, there will be chairman. So, chairman is the head of, again, municipality. Chairman is the head of municipality. Similarly, city. The entire city will be divided into number of wards. From each ward, one ward member will be elected. And the mayor is the head of municipal corporation. Mayor is the head of municipal corporation. And mayor is the first citizen of the city. Mayor is the first citizen of the city. Just like here, chairman is the first citizen of the town. So, all the ward members of the town, the chairman, the MLA, the MP and some government officials will attend the meeting of municipality. Similarly, all the ward members, the mayor and some government officials, the MLA, MPs of the district, they are also the members of the municipal corporations. Next one. So, mayor is the head of the municipal corporation. He is the first citizen of the state, and the term of mayor is 5 years. I mean, once the mayor is elected, he will remain in the office for 5 years. Now, the new system. Okay. This new system of local self-government is the largest experiment in democracy conducted anywhere in the world. So, what I want to say, this new system of local government is the greatest experiment in democracy. It's the greatest experiment in democracy conducted anywhere in the world. There are now about 30 lakh elected representatives. Underline that one. There are about 36 lakh elected representatives in the panchayats and municipalities, etc. 36 lakh elected representatives are there, both in panchayats and municipalities, etc. all over the country in India. So 36 elected representatives are there, which includes panchayats and municipalities. This number is bigger than the population of many countries. This 36 lakhs population is more than the population of many big countries in the world. Okay. Constitutional status for local government. The constitutional status for local government has helped to deepen democracy in our country. I mean, the constitutional status which was given to the local government institutions have deepened the democracy in our country, India. That is called deepening of democracy. Deepening of democracy. It has also increased women's representative. I mean, the local self-government institutions have given the chance for women. So, it increases the women representation in local self-body institutions, particularly panchayats and also the municipalities and municipal corporations. Earlier, the women representation was very less. I told you now, 1/3 seats are reserved for women candidates in the local self-body institutions. So, it increases the women representation and voice in our democracy. So, women voice in democracy was increased. Women participation in local self-body institutions was increased. Women was empowered through local self-body institutions. At the same time, there are many difficulties also in this local self-body institutions. While elections are held regularly, and enthusiastically, Gram Sabhas are not held regularly. Though elections are held for Gram Panchayats, municipalities, municipal corporations, but Gram Sabha meetings, which has to be held twice or thrice in a year, are not held regularly. Most state governments have not transferred significant power. In many states, actually the state government has to transfer some power and revenue to the local self-body institutions. But in many states, the state governments have not shared their power and revenue to the local self-body institutions to work properly. Okay, nor they have given adequate resources also. Neither they give adequate resources to these local self-body institutions. We are thus still a long way from realizing the ideas of local self-government institutions. It is Mahatma Gandhi who dreamt Ram Rajya to Gram Rajya. Mahatma Gandhi dreamt Ram Rajya through Gram Rajya. That means he wanted to make every village a self-sufficient, independent body. He said that if villages are developed, naturally the country will be developed. Now, some small thing is there. An experiment in Brazil. I am reading this one. Questions will be asked from this also. Okay. An experiment in Brazil. A city called Porto Alegre. A city called Porto Alegre in Brazil has carried out an extraordinary experiment in combining decentralization. Okay, combining decentralization with participative democracy. I repeat, a city called Porto Alegre in Brazil has carried out an extraordinary experiment in combining decentralization with participative democracy. The city has set up a parallel organization. The city Porto Alegre has set up a parallel organization operating alongside with the municipal council, enabling local inhabitants to take real decisions for the city. Enabling local inhabitants to take real decisions for their city. The nearly 13 lakh people in this city, 13 lakh people in this city get to participate in making the budget for their own city. The people only participating in making the budget of the city. Now, the city is divided into number of sectors, just like wards in our India. The city is divided into many sectors or what we call wards. Each sector or each ward has a meeting like that of the Gram Sabha in India, in which anyone living in that area can participate. But in India, only adults, the village members, have to participate. Generally, all are participating, but when it comes to voting, only adult who are the voters of the village are required to vote. Now, each sector has a meeting like that of the Gram Sabha, in which anyone living in that area can participate. There are some meetings to discuss issues that affect the entire city. They'll discuss all the issues, all the problems related to the entire city. Okay, any citizen, okay, of the city can participate in those meetings. Any citizen can participate. Just like I told you here, Gram Sabha. The budget of the city is discussed in these meetings. Just like Gram Sabha, we discuss the budget of the Gram Panchayat and gives approval. They'll see the performance of the Gram Panchayat, the work of the Gram Panchayat. They'll question the Gram Panchayat. They'll ask them to produce the records of their works. The proposals are put to the municipality. The proposals are put to the municipality that takes the final decisions about it. About 20,000 people participate in this decision-making exercise every year. This method has ensured that the money cannot be spent only for the benefit of the colonies where the rich people live. I repeat, this method has ensured that the money cannot be spent only for the benefit of the colonies where rich people live. Buses now run to the poor colonies. Now buses are running in the poor colonies, and builders cannot evict means what? Cannot escape slum dwellers without resettling them. Builders have to construct houses for the slum people. Houses, providing housing facility. In our country, now coming to in our country, a similar experiment has taken place in some areas in Kerala. So the experiment of Brazil has taken place in our country India, in which state? Kerala. Underline that one. So the Brazil experiment was made in where? Kerala state in India. Ordinary people have participated in making a plan for the development of their locality in Kerala. So this is about the chapter here. So this ends our today's class, and this chapter also Federalism Civics 2 has ended. In next video tomorrow I'll take live and I'll start another topic, some other chapter, economics, and I will teach you map pointing. Map pointing is left. Map pointing, I mean chapter 3 from geography, water resources, chapter 3 we are having water resources. In water resources, no questions will be asked in any weekly test or any periodic test, nor the questions will be asked in board exams. Only map locations will be asked from that water resources. So that map pointing also I'll teach you. I'll look at maps, I'll look at the locations in the map, I'll show you here and I'll show here also if possible, and I'll give the screenshots to you so that every student can have the map locations with them. Okay students, thank you, take care.